Hello children, welcome you all. Today in this e-class, we are going to learn social science, lesson number 4. Name of the lesson is Understanding Laws from the Social and Political Life Part. And the key points that we are going to learn in this lesson are need for laws, second, equality before laws, next, how laws are formed, and last one, unpopular and controversial laws. Let's start the lesson. If there were no laws, there will be disorder and confusion everywhere. If there were no laws, then people would do anything they wish and anarchy would prevail. Our community, society, and country will not be able to regulate properly instead of laws. Such a society will never ever progress. Therefore, for carrying out its activities effectively, every state, society, and community must have some rules, regulation, and laws. The word law is derived from a Latin word leg, which implies something fixed, definite, followed, stable, uniform, and regulated. Now let's start the first point, that is need for laws. Laws are required not only for the regulation of activities in the country but also to prevent unjust and abusive social practices. Laws also work for the betterment of people and enable certain groups and communities to rise at par with others in the society. Laws take us, let's take us the example of law regarding abolishment of untouchability by our constitution. This practice is a form of social discrimination against certain groups of persons based on their caste. The Constitution of India provides the right to equality to all of its citizens irrespective of caste, color, and creed. The introduction of the Right to Education Act (RTE) or Right to Information Act (RTI) strengthens democracy and lays the foundation for building and harnessing human resource of the country. RTE means Right to Education Act, means free and compulsory education for children between 6 and 14 in India under Article 21A of the Indian Constitution. And RTI, Right to Information Act, means that citizens can request for information from state or central government departments and officers, and such requests should be processed in a timely way as mandated by the RTI Act. Next, equality before the law. According to Article 14 of the Indian Constitution, all people are equal before the law. The state cannot discriminate people on the basis of their religion, caste, or gender. No one is above the law, and the laws are equally applicable to all the citizens of the country. For example, the Supreme Court of India has issued a judgment on the right to education. This act states that children from the weaker section of the society will have a fixed quota in all the aided and unaided schools to give them equal opportunities in the field of education. Any crime or violation of law has a specific punishment, and the process through which the guilt of the person has to be established. Our judiciary provides equal and exact justice to all its citizens. But during ancient times, laws were different for different people. A high caste person had lenient punishment for a crime than a lower caste person who was severely punished. Even during the British rule, there was a difference in the treatment between the Indian and the British citizens when it comes to the matter of law. With the end of British rule, the independent modern judiciary came into being. Judiciary now is independent of the executive and the legislative branches of the government. The judiciary was made independent to remove the discrimination. The Indian Constitution holds everyone equal before law. Now come to the third point, that is how laws are formed. The Constitution of India allows laws to be enacted and amended to benefit the people. The legislature is entrusted with the duty of framing laws. The Parliament of India formulates the laws at the central level, and the state legislature play a part at the state level. Most laws originate in Lok Sabha through 3 readings before it is voted on. After a bill has been passed by the originating house, it is sent to the other house, that is Rajya Sabha, where it is debated and voted on. Rajya Sabha can accept, reject or amend the bill. The process of formulating a law can be divided into 4 steps. First, a bill is introduced in Parliament. Second, the bill is passed by the Parliament. Third, after getting passed by the Parliament, it sent to the President for his or her approval. Fourth, when the bill is adopted in the Parliament, it becomes an act. When an act gets the assent of the President, it becomes a law. Social activists, women organizations, feminists, and many other social groups have been raising their voice against domestic violence, and this led to the enactment of Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act in 2006. Thus, people play a vital role in helping Parliament to frame laws which address different concerns. The success of a democracy depends upon the role played by the citizens. Now come to the last point, that is unpopular and controversial laws. The Parliament of India formulates laws which are beneficial for the citizens. However, there have been many instances where laws passed by the Parliament were unacceptable to the people. Such laws have at times created a great deal of tension and conflict in the society as the people felt that the laws were unfair and harmful. Such laws are known as unpopular and controversial laws. People tend to criticize such laws through newspapers, TV, protests, magazines, etc. When a large number of people feel that the law passed is not correct, then the Parliament has to revise the law. Thank you.